Any health-related information on the following show provides general information only. Content presented on any show by any host or guest should not be substituted for a doctor's advice. Always consult your physician before beginning any new diet, exercise, or treatment program.
Hello and welcome to the Red Lasered Water Guy Show. Joe Blanton here. I'm the Red Laser Guy, and we're here to help you, help yourself, help your body heal itself naturally. And self-healing is all about being prepared, having yourself be in a position where you can take care of your own body without having to go to anybody else. Self-care, is all about being as healthy as you can be every moment, I guess would be a good way to put it. And the body has to heal itself. Drugs don't heal, doctors don't heal, surgery don't heal. Not that there's not a place and a time for some of that, but not nearly like it's being used in today's sick care program. So anyhow, Joe Blanton here. I'm glad you're here with us tonight. We're going to be talking about using light, sunlight, and lasers, our red laser, which is red and infrared, our blue laser, blue and violet, and our green laser. And what we've done is taken lasers to a whole different level, if you will, because we've added what we call human blueprint frequencies to our lasers. And so your standard red laser has 10 frequencies for the musculoskeletal body. That's why NASA has been using them forever. With the astronauts. But what we've done is use sacred geometry of an octahedron and flat Tesla coil to add 1,635 more frequencies. We've added additional frequencies to the blue-violet laser. We've added additional frequencies to the green laser. So we have a symphony of frequencies that we're infusing into the body with the laser light beam. And the frequencies are all calibrated, if you will, to optimal wellness frequencies for our body. That's what Pure Vibrance calls human blueprint frequencies. And so your body has to heal itself naturally, and what low-level light therapy is doing is helping stimulate healing, relief of pain, inflammation, and restoration of function. And I experience this a lot when I'm doing the expos. Like I was in a 3-day expo just this last weekend in Prescott, Arizona, and people would come in with stiff necks and hurt. One lady, her shin was hurting real bad, and in 2 to 3 minutes, they've gotten 80, 90, sometimes 100% relief because we're stimulating the body's ability to heal itself naturally. And our body responds well to the red and infrared laser wavelengths because that's the same wavelengths as our musculoskeletal body. It's also the same wavelengths that are coming from the sun that is so helpful and healing for our body. So the photons are absorbed into the mitochondria chromophores in the skin and deeper cells and organelles and into the blood. Consequently, the electron transfer chain then is excited up to the next level, and it creates more ATP, which is our life force energy that's in our blood and in our cells. And so the cells have enough energy in them to do their work, and the blood has about a 35% increase in life force energy in the blood. That all happens in about 30 seconds, all right? And in the next 30 seconds to a minute after that, we separate the energy separates all the red blood cells into free-flowing. And free-flowing blood cells, when they go through the lungs, give up more toxin and take on more oxygen. And that's what we need. And then it also, free-flowing red blood cells gives us better microcirculation. So what we've done in 30 seconds to a minute and a half is excite the energy in your body and giving you 30 to 35% more life force energy in your blood, better microcirculation, and more oxygen. And that's what the body needs to help heal itself, no matter what the label is. it doesn't make any difference what the diagnosis, so to speak, or the label is, or the symptoms either, because that's what the body needs to help heal itself naturally. And so let's go ahead and bring up the PowerPoint here, and we'll get into the presentation. All right. So again, Joe Blanton here, and the best way to get a hold of me is my phone number, 469-766-5511. And the company I'm teamed up with here for 15 years now is Pure Vibrance. We've done some branding changes. It used to be 0 Point Global, then it went to Vibrance, and now it's Pure Vibrance because we brought on a new line of products last October, which caused us to change the name, because what we're looking to do is help build a sanctuary, if you will, in your own home, where you got the purest air you can get, the best water you can have, and the high frequencies to help your body heal itself naturally. So it's all about self-care for self-healing, where you have the tools with you to take care of yourself and your family. And think about it, you want them with you all the time, because if there's an emergency, self-care that's cellular repair in the moment pays off big time. I just had a gentleman call me. He was in Mexico on vacation, and he came back and said it's the first time they've gone to Mexico on vacation that didn't have the side effects, no diarrhea, no digestive problems, because he was lasering all his water and his food. And then he also had a situation on a golf course where his knee popped, twisted his knee somehow, and it popped. And he got on it right away with the red laser, and said the relief was amazing, because we get rid of the trauma in about the infrared laser relieves the trauma of a new injury in about 30 to 45 seconds. And then the next day it was fine. So he was real impressed. And that's the way these products work. That's why I'm still doing it 15 years later. Again, Joe Blanton here. You want to check out my YouTube channel. It's just youtube.com, the ampersand, the red laser guy. And I've got lots of videos and stuff on there. You can look both on science and testimonials. So, or text me, give me a call, 469-766-5511. So my health is my greatest asset. With it, life's a lot of fun and it's exciting. But without it, well, you get to decide there. It's your life, not my life. However, I'm still, according to the calendar, I'll be 75 this year. And I'm still out snow skiing the moguls, and I just got back from 2 days off grid, hiking into the mountains, into some old mines, abandoned mines, and camping out and having a good time. So again, it's your life, but your health is your greatest asset, whether you acknowledge it or not. It's like, the old saying, people spend all their time and health trying to get rich, and then they spend all their money trying to get their health back. And there's a lot more truth to that than most people want to acknowledge. So no one else can be healthy for you. It's up to you. You got to do it for yourself. And we're here to help you. But that's why I say I want to help you help yourself, help your body heal itself, because I can't do it for you. Nobody else can. It has to be, you have to take the first step every time. And then there's a lot of people around that can coach you and help you, after you start the movement. All right, so anti-aging with light therapy is what we're going to talk about tonight. And it's about optimizing your light, your water, and your magnetism. Okay, and so the light from the sun is red and infrared light for a reason. Okay, it's what gives us our life force energy. The infrared light excites and optimizes our mitochondria. That's why it's good to be outside every day. All right, in the sunshine. Even if it's a cloudy day, it's still, you're going to get the rays you need. So exposing your skin to the sun stimulates the mitochondria to produce its own EZ water and more ATP, which is the life force energy. EZ water is exclusion zone water, which it means it excludes all the protons. And that helps tighten up the electron chain, transfer chain in the mitochondria. And there's a lot of mitochondria. Okay, there's tens, hundreds, even up to 100,000 mitochondria in some cells based on how much work that cell has to do. like the heart cells and the muscle cells, they have a lot of work to do. So it's a lot of mitochondria there, where the skin cells and stuff, there's not as many there. But, there's, and then now they've discovered that there's free floating mitochondria in the blood. And that's what we activate also in your blood, even though, it's like Tim was working on his knee, when he twisted it on a golf course. He was working on his knee, but the blood circulating through there 2 or 3 times a minute, and we're activating the mitochondria in the blood also. And so if he worked on his knee for 3 minutes, there's like 9 times that this blood circulated through. So his whole body is benefiting from better microcirculation, more life force energy, and more oxygen in the blood, even though he's just working on his knee. So magnetism is simply grounding. Okay, so while you're out getting your sunshine, take your shoes off and put your feet in the dirt, or your body receives electrons from the earth. And that's really how simple it is. It's about grounding. There's also grounding mats that you can get, where you run a wire outside and stick it on end of the ground. You can also use the ground in your electrical panel and tie it in that way. So grounding is a good way to get more electrons. The more free electrons you have in your body, the healthier you are, period. And then, because that equates to the more energy you have in your mitochondria, in your cells, producing life force energy. So your mitochondria are the key to anti-aging, health, longevity, and even reverse aging. And I use my eyes as an example there. Wore glasses for 52 years, nearsighted in one eye, farsighted in the other, astigmatism in both. And I started demonstrating with the red laser that it was harmless for shining in, that our red infrared laser was harmless to shine in the eyes. And then after demonstrating that at the expos and stuff for a while, I got to where I didn't need reading glasses. Kept demonstrating it that way, got to where I didn't need glasses in the daytime. And kept doing that, and then now I drive day and night with no glasses. Renewed my driver's license. They took the requirement for corrective lenses off my driver's license. So it's about, and the eye doctor said, when I went for a checkup, he said he'd never seen an eye correct itself the way mine had, which, felt really good. He gave the body the credit for healing itself. And so that's what I mean by regenerative or restorative. And so Dr. Doug Wallace says that aging is simply too many dysfunctional mitochondria in your cells. And what that means is the mitochondria doesn't have enough energy to do its work. And so it's like if your muscle's hurting, the mitochondria in there are not producing enough energy to do the work. And so the result is pain. And one of the biggest reasons for that is dehydration. It causes dysfunctional mitochondria. Fortunately, the mitochondria produce their own EZ water, okay, but they need free water and free electrons to draw on to make that happen easier. So dehydration is the number one cause of any and all discomfort and dis-ease is dehydration. I don't care if it's just a headache. If you have a headache, first thing to do is drink a big glass of water, okay? And when you get hydrated, then the headache will go away. So our blood is 94% water and must carry oxygen and nutrition to and waste from our cells to function properly. Pain is lack of oxygen on a cellular level. Well, if you don't have enough hydration, the cells all give off waste. One lady said at the expo, who was one of the speakers, says, your cells poop just like we do. And what they take in nutrition, they put out toxins into the bloodstream. And if there's not enough blood to get those toxins away from the cell, that starves it from oxygen, and that's the first sign of pain. It's really, that simple. So dehydration causes sluggish flow of blood, starving the cells, and that can lead to clotting also. So you got to be careful with that. But dehydration is the number one challenge. Okay, so what we're going to talk about tonight is what do the lasers and structured water do for you. So we got the red and infrared laser, the blue violet laser, and the green laser. And then we have our hydration ionizer, which structures and microclusters water. And so the two of the biggest keys to your health is sunshine and structured water, because the body wants structured water. Structured water starts energizing the body or hydrating the body from the mouth and the upper stomach through osmosis. It doesn't have to be digested. Tap water and bottled water is destructed water. Anything that you've processed in water destructures it. So anyhow, that's how simple that is. So what structured water and our lasers do, and the way it works is, I did this at the expo last weekend. I've done all the expos. Is I have people that come in with their own water. I have them taste it for taste and texture. I pour it through the hydrating ionizer here, the green one with the clear top on it. I use the funnel, and 100% of them can taste the difference. Some of them real dramatically taste it, the difference in the structured water. And then I laser it for 30 seconds, and about 80 to 90% of them can taste the difference again over and above that, because we're still adding more energy, more life force, and more optimal wellness frequencies to it with the lasers also. Plus the lasers are neutralizing or mitigating any of the toxins in the water. And so the first thing that happens when they drink it is it de-stresses the body, and the lasers de-stress your body by penetrating optimal health frequencies directly into your cells, tissues, blood, nerves, and rods and cones of the eyes, the brain, and into the bones, because the infrared frequencies go on into the body. Okay, so de-stressing your body is the number one way to help your body start getting even better circulation with more oxygen. Because if you take and make a fist, with your hand, and then you open it up, you see a lot of white spots. Where there's white, there's no circulation. Okay, so if you have tension in your muscles, you've got white spots in your muscles, and over time, that's going to have an effect of deteriorating the muscle more. So the other thing is it enhances the function of your mitochondria to produce 30% more ATP, your life force energy in your cells and in your blood, with more microcirculation and oxygen. So we're also upregulating gene expression for building a healthier protein. And proteins are responsible for structure and function of your body. So proteins are an expression of life. Okay, the hydration ionizer structures, microclusters, ionizes, and programs your water with more optimal wellness frequencies. So the two work together, to give you the best water out there with the highest frequencies and the most effect on hydrating your body and raising the life force energy. So structured water begins to hydrate your body via osmosis in the mouth and the upper stomach. Structured water is also known as hexagonal water because it forms a hexagonal structure in the water. Water is H2O. I've been taught that all my life. Okay, and bottled water and tap water is H2O. It's a destructured water. So structured water, hexagonal water, is H3O2, which is adding an extra hydrogen and an extra oxygen molecule into your water, which again is going to give you more oxygen on a cellular level. So tap water and bottled water again are destructured, H2O, and this is kind of what it looks like when you picture it in how the molecules are structured. So the unstructured water on the left, you can also see pollutants in there and chlorine, but on the structured water on the right, you don't see any of that. So it's got that hexagonal pattern, and hexagonal water is what the body wants. And when you think about it, as I just said earlier, our body is about 70%, 74% water, brain's 78, or blood's 94. Well, molecularly, we are 99.92% water molecules, right? So the quality of your water is the quality of your life. Yeah, no question about it. And all aging is too many dysfunctional mitochondria in the cells and in the blood. So we use our lasers and hydrating ionizer for the best water you can drink with the highest vibration. And again, we have an optimal wellness vibration for our body. If you have any discomfort or dis-ease, anything not optimally well, you're vibrating lower than the optimal wellness frequencies, which we have in our lasers. So this is what it looks like scientifically. The Dr. Kuhn in Santa Fe, New Mexico does our GDV camera work. She makes the invisible visible and measurable because the GDV camera takes a picture of life force energy. And so the one on the left, number 1, is tap water, the baseline. That's the life force energy in a drop of tap water. The one, number 2, is tap water poured through the hydration ionizer, what she called a bottle topper. All right, so you can see that's that significant difference in life force energy, plus it structured it and microclustered it. That's why people taste a huge difference in the water. And you can pour coffee through it and tea and stuff like that and taste the difference too. Then number 3 is where it was poured through the hydrating ionizer and lasered with the red laser. You can see it increased it a little bit more in the life force energy. It was lasered for 30 seconds. And then we have a gold disc that you saw in the earlier picture. That's a energetic amplifier. So we wrap that around the end of the laser and then laser it for 30 seconds. And the blue in the center got a little bit bigger and more stable. And so that's why people can taste the difference again there too. So anyway, we like to test everything on real people and scientifically to document it. So let's talk about our lasers. We have the red and infrared, we have the green, we have the blue, violet, natural lasers. And low-level light therapy is also phototherapy or photobiomodulation. Refers to the use of photons at a non-thermal irritants to alter biological activity. So what they're saying is it's a cold laser. And so again, low-level light therapy uses either coherent light sources like the lasers we have, or non-coherent light sources consisting of filtered lamps or light emitting diodes, LEDs, or on occasion a combination of both. So your standard laser has the 10 frequencies for the musculoskeletal body. And okay, where'd I go? There it is. The LEDs have the same 10 frequencies, but it's an incoherent light because the waves are not in sync. And I'll show you more about that here in a little bit. So the main medical applications for low-level light therapy are reducing pain and inflammation and augmenting tissue repair and promoting regeneration of different tissues and nerves and preventing tissue damage in situations where it is likely to occur. Okay, so what they're saying here again is, it's cellular repair in the moment, regeneration. And these are laser, all this documentation here is with 10 frequencies in it, where we have 1645. We have a whole symphony of frequencies in our red and infrared. So we take this to a whole new level. And then in the last few decades, non-ablative laser therapies have been used increasingly for the aesthetic treatment of fine wrinkles, photo-aged skin, and scars, a process known as photorejuvenation. More recently, this approach has also been used for inflammatory acne. Low-level light therapy involves exposing cells or tissues to low levels of red and near-infrared light. Okay, and again, let's think about the scars here. We reduce scar tissue internally and externally both because of the better microcirculation with the more oxygen. And that's the key again, to helping the body heal any of that. And a lot of people's problem is from old scar tissue that builds up. Okay, and all of this information here I just read is quoted from the National Library of Medicine. It's called PubMed Central, if you want to go check it out on your own. So let's talk about the violet. We'll get back to the red laser here in a little bit. The violet blue natural laser your typical violet laser or blue laser is 405 nanometers. But again, we've added additional frequencies, so we're 390 nanometers through 495 nanometers, which actually we're starting in a little bit in the ultraviolet and moving on through into the blue and the violet. So that's again why we're so effective. It's antiviral, antifungal, antibacterial. So laser stands for light amplification by stimulated emission of radiation. That's what laser stands for. So lasers work as a result of resonant effects, which resonance is the point of least resistance or the most communication. And what we're talking about here is communication, bringing better communication into the body for cell-to-cell communication, to where the body communicates better and they can heal itself better. So the output of a laser is a coherent electromagnetic field. And the output of an LED, which is what most of your red light therapy is, we're red laser therapy, is incoherent light because the waves are not in sync. And I'll show you that again here in a little bit. So in a coherent beam of electromagnetic energy, all the waves have the same frequency and phase, so reinforce each other. And this is what I mean by the waves are all in sync, in phase. The photons are all moving the same direction. So that's important. So this stimulates the sympathetic nervous system also. Okay, low-level laser therapy versus low-level light therapy is a specialized light treatment. The light emitted from these lasers penetrate up to 3 inches into the body and cause photochemical response within the nucleus of the cells, promoting healing. This response is called photobiomodulation, which means that the laser's light is modulating the function of the cell. And again, modulating it, it's taking the mitochondria and it's like moving it up a notch. It's like adding a supercharger into the electron train transfer, which is what's creating the ATP that's giving us our life force energy. Okay, so think about it like a group of cells in the body that are fatigued or sluggish in function. You know, when they are affected by the light from the laser, the mitochondria and the cell nucleus increases function. This encourages the biological production of cellular energy called ATP. When the cell function increases as stimulated by the laser treatment, the tissues are revitalized. They begin to work better, work properly, and are energized, helping to accelerate wound healing, encourage tissue regeneration, increase circulation, reduce inflammation, and decrease pain. So again, that's what we're offering, you know, for you to have self-care tools with you that can do that in a moment's notice, but then you can also be lasering your water, lasering your food, and again, talking about prevention, because every time you use a laser, you're going to boost your immune system a little bit more, and the immune system is the key. So improving microcirculation by nitric oxide, which works as an accelerating agent in wound healing. That's specific to the violet laser here. It activates telomerase with maximum anti-aging effects. It stimulates and strengthens the immune system, increases cell regeneration, anti-aging all the way to age reversal, and acts as an antimicrobial, affecting viruses, bacteria, and fungi. You know, bacteria, a lot of acne is caused by bacteria, and bacteria are light sensitive. So that's why the violet laser can be very effective on skin acne. All right, it decreases the telomeres of this one's pretty interesting here. It says it decreases the telomeres of DNA in the cell to essentially bring it back to a stem cell-like brand new cell, a stem cell-like, which is like a brand new cell state, so that it can divide and create new cells that can be used for different, you know, whatever the body needs. It excites the electrons in the mitochondrial electron transfer chain to initiate the increased production of ATP, which is the life force energy again, in the cells and in the blood. New research finds are free-floating mitochondria in our blood, which is pretty exciting. And what we're also doing is able to, with our frequencies, be able to penetrate the blood-brain barrier with this increase, because we're not adding anything foreign into the blood. We're just making the mitochondria more efficient to where it goes through into the brain, through the blood-brain barrier. So that's pretty exciting. So purposes and uses of blue light therapy: sun damage and skin cancer prevention. Blue light therapy is most used in the treatment of sun damage and pre-malignant or malignant skin cancer growths for the prevention of skin cancer, acne, and skin care. Again, blue light therapy can also treat other types of skin disorders. It can be used to improve skin texture and reduce sebaceous hyperplasia or enlarged oil glands. It can help with removing sunspots, helps with acne, even scars that were originally caused by acne can be reduced. Again, better microcirculation, more oxygen, more detoxing is what the body needs to work with scar tissue. So depression. Depression. In addition to treating skin conditions and cancer, blue light therapy can also be used in the treatment for depression. It is especially effective when treating major depressive disorders with seasonal patterns, formerly known as seasonal affective disorder, or SAD. This condition is often partially caused by dreary weather, winter weather, darker days, and spending more time indoors. It can be treated with light. Everything can be treated with light. Okay, when it comes right down to it, when you get looking deep into the cells and into the nucleus and into the electrons and into the quantum field, it all comes down to we are light beings. So laser beams of light are used to stimulate the cells in the body that repair tissue, reduce inflammation, and reduce pain. It is a highly effective treatment for acute soft tissue injuries, chronic pain syndrome, and slow healing wounds. Just had a report from a lady in Florida that had a wound that was healing. It wasn't healing. It was taking forever to heal. And in 2 days with the lasers, she was just blown away at how much it had healed in 2 days. We got a gentleman that had a gymnastics gym in Mississippi, was teaching a young gymnast that wanted to qualify for the Olympics. And on the parallel bars, they would get sometimes what he called a rip. It was like an open blister that would happen. And he said normally they'd be gone 7 to 10 days. And he got his lasers in, and when they had a rip, he'd get on it right away, and they were back the next day working on the bars. That's cellular repair in a moment. It's priceless for keeping our body healthy. And again, our health's our greatest asset. With it, life's a lot of fun. So laser therapy can be used in the treatment of back pain, arthritis, muscle strain, fibromyalgia, bursitis, tendonitis, carpal tunnel, neck, shoulder pain, plantar fasciitis, skin rashes, cuts, sores, infections, acne, and even tennis elbow. This list could go on and on and on, because it doesn't make any difference what the label is. When you get 35% more life force energy in your blood, better microcirculation, more oxygen, you're hydrating the body better with structured, microclustered, ionized, and programmed water. The body can work magic, because that's what it does. It heals itself naturally when we give it the frequencies it needs, the hydration it needs, and get out of its way. So, in short, virtually any kind of chronic pain can be effectively treated by using laser therapy while strengthening the immune system. Again, every time you use the lasers, you're building your immune system, you're strengthening it. So even if you did 1 minute a day, 1 minute 4 times a day. It's better to do short intervals than a long one. Instead of doing 10 minutes at one time, do 2 minutes 5 times a day. That's going to keep because the chemical reactions you start in 2 minutes are going to just keep going for 3 or 4 hours. So that's the way we work best. It's the way we help you help your body work best. Okay, Dr. Doug Wallace says all aging is simply too many dysfunctional mitochondria in the cells, not producing enough life force energy to do its work. There's free-floating mitochondria in the blood. The research shows violet laser excites the electrons in the first stage of the mitochondria energy production chain to move more or to produce more ATP, more energy. The green laser quickens the electron transfer into the third stage, and then the red laser helps complete the increased life force energy. So the 3 of them can work together to do that. If you got them all, I use them all at the same time. And the body knows how to handle that. But if you just have the red laser, then just use the red laser. It works, perfectly. We've got the science behind it showing just with the red laser alone, it was about 30% life force energy. With the violet laser alone, it was about 35% increase in life force energy. And we didn't test the green laser, so I don't know what it is as a standalone. This research was completed using regular lasers. A lot of what you see here is, again, the testing that these people were doing were using the regular lasers, not the pure vibrance lasers with the sacred geometry delivery system and a symphony of human blueprint light frequencies, which broadens the effectiveness and quickens the results. Okay, so one thing about the violet laser, when you get the violet laser, the brightness of the violet laser is very low. It's on the bottom end of our visual spectrum. So you want to shine it on something white. I'm constantly, it's like I've got all 3 of them here together, but you don't hardly see, if you can see that, the violet's very low. But if you bring it over on something white, it gets brighter, or in a dimly lit room, just to make sure it's on. If you shine it on something black, you won't see it at all. So, it's not built to be as bright as the green or the red. The green's the brightest. It's in the middle of our visual spectrum. The red's on the high end, the red and infrared. And so those are, you can see those in the daytime, and the violet laser you won't. So anyhow, it's just something to keep in mind. So our green laser, again, it's a symphony of frequencies. Normally it's 532 nanometers, but we're 520 through 585. So a full spectrum again, with special frequencies added that match optimal wellness to our body. The green laser, the standard green laser, not ours, so ours takes it to a whole new level, improves oxygen carrying ability of the red blood cells, and it boosts the function of the brain. It increases nitric oxide release. It improves blood circulation. It helps in reducing blood pressure, helps decrease spider veins and rosacea, helps in wound healing and tissue repair. Our lasers overlap a lot, so it helps to heal bed sores and diabetic ulcers, reduce pain, including migraine attacks and fibromyalgia, reduction of hyperpigmentation or age spots, helps in stimulating new healing cycles, and helps reduce swelling, inflammation, and pain. Green laser light irradiation enhances differentiation and matrix mineralization of osteogenic cells. Osteogenic cells are stem cells in the bone that play a prodigal role in bone repair and growth. These cells are the precursors to the more specialized bone cells and reside in the bone marrow. So that's really strong to be working on your body there. And your bones are 27% salt also. So you want to keep that in mind and make sure you're consuming plenty of unprocessed sea salt. So the red and infrared laser are my favorite. It's instead of 650 nanometers or 635 or 670, There's different ones out there. Ours is a spectrum, again, of 660 nanometers to 870 nanometers. So we're red through infrared. And it relaxes, then excites the mitochondria to produce more ATP, as we talked about, 30%. Upregulates gene expression, building a healthier protein. Again, proteins are the expression of life. Increases energy current in the cells and toughens the immune system. Regenerates damaged tissue structure by increasing cell activity and stimulating the body's natural healing response or process. Again, it's cellular repair in the moment. If somebody sprains an ankle and it starts to swell and get purple in it, then if you get on it right away, you can see most, if not all, of the swelling go down right there in front of you, and some of the purple recede. And normally they're okay the next day. So stimulating lymphatic drainage, detoxification, and weight loss. The lymphatic system is one of the most important systems in our body. And if you're not hydrated, it's more sluggish. So hydration is critical. And then, we stimulate that also. So skin purification and stimulating fibroblast. Fibroblast is a type of skin cell that secretes collagen proteins in the dermis, the layer of skin just below the outermost layer of skin. These cells play an important role in wound healing and maintaining skin firmness and tightness. So lessening the side effects of diabetes. Got to add a word there. Reducing scar tissue internally and externally, redness, acne, and wrinkles. Improves psoriasis, rosacea, eczema, sun-damaged skin, and facial texture. Stimulates parasympathetic nervous system. We can actually level somebody's hips in about 45 seconds without ever touching them, just using the red laser. We take it into a parasympathetic mode, relax the muscles, take the stress out of the muscles, and then the body will align itself automatically, because it's a stress in the muscles that's pulling the body out of alignment most times. Low-level laser therapy is a fast-growing technology used to treat a multitude of conditions that require stimulation of healing, relief of pain and inflammation, and restoration of function. Although the skin is the organ that is naturally exposed to light more than any other skin, it still responds well to the red and near infrared wavelengths. The photons are absorbed by the mitochondria, chromophores in the skin cells. Consequently, electron transfer, adenosine triphosphate, ATP, nitric oxide release, blood flow, reactive oxygen species increase, and diverse signaling pathways are activated. Stem cells can be activated, allowing increased tissue repair and healing, and that again come from the National Library of Medicine, PubMed. You'll notice some repetition in what I bring up here, because repetition's how we learn. It's how we've learned everything we know how to do unconsciously. And the sooner you learn how to take care of hydrating your body and keeping the vibration high unconsciously, the better off you're going to be. I've been at it 15 years, and it took a while, but I'm right now. It's like it's automatic to laser food and water in my body, and take some of our other nutritional products or skincare and stuff like that. So your mitochondria are the key to your health, wellness, longevity, and fun. Aging is simply too many dysfunctional mitochondria, too many sick cells, because the mitochondria cannot produce enough life force energy for that cell to do its work, causing 80% of today's diseases. And I'd argue it may even be higher than that. But over 80% of today's dis-ease and discomfort is due to not enough ATP, which comes back to lack of hydration, lack of enough sea salt, and lack of lower frequencies, not being able to keep your vibration high. The more energy you have in your cells, the healthier you are and the longer you can live. So we have the three lasers, the red, the green, and the violet blue. So lasering your body 2 to 3 minutes at a time as often as your situation calls for. Again, if you could do 2 minutes a day, 2 minutes at a time, 3 or 4 times a day, your body's going to love you for it. You'll have more energy. Your body's going to heal itself better. You won't, it's like Tim, the guy that called me today. It's the first time they ever gone to Mexico on a vacation that they didn't have any side effects, no diarrhea, no digestive problems, because he was lasering his water using the hydro and taking care of it. It's better to laser even 1 minute several times a day than to do 5 or 10 minutes at one time. Laser your water and your food for 30 seconds. You can be a ½ inch away or 12 inches away. The efficacy is the same. The highest efficacy is lasering onto the bare skin. However, we get great results going through clothing. At the expos and stuff I go through clothing, I go through the bottom of shoes, and people get relief in 2 to 3, 4 minutes. It's just awesome. It really is. So rotating the laser in a clockwise motion is preferred in the area that you're lasering, with your body or whatever you're lasering being the face of the clock. So like if your face, this clock would be here on your chest, you'd be going down on the left, up on the right. This is 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock. And so lasering in a clockwise motion. So the 5 most important things for wellness is air and oxygen, of course, structured water, unprocessed sea salt, sunshine, and nutrition. And the first 3 there, they're inseparable. Water, oxygen won't flow without salt. Salt won't flow without structured water or without water. Doesn't have to be structured, but the body would much prefer it being structured. And that's what we offer here is the 3 lasers replicate sunshine. The hydrating ionizer here replicates a Rocky Mountain stream, giving you more, it's cleaning and structuring water like nature does, vortexing. We're vortexing water in and out of the hydrating ionizer. Nature does it, going through down Rocky Mountain streams, and then the sun shining on the screen, it's charging the water with extra electrons, which our lasers do that also. So the key is structured, microclustered, ionized, energized, programmed with human blueprint frequency water, and that's lasered also. Again, sunshine and a Rocky Mountain stream. They were talking about at the expo last week about sun gazing. Early in the morning and late in the evening, it's safe to look into the sun. I sun gaze all day long. Okay, I shine a red infrared laser in my eyes 20 to 30 seconds at a time, as often as I want to. I can be sun gazing at midnight and adding those valuable red and infrared frequencies into my body. And again, I wouldn't do that with anybody else's laser, but I know these frequencies are all coherent frequencies. So we have a full line of products here to help you, help yourself, help your body heal itself naturally. We've got cleansing products. Everything we have here, all the body lotions, the mouthwashes and everything are certified toxic-free and edible. So how many people do you know have toxic-free and edible skincare? Anything you put on your on your skin is in your blood in 26 seconds. It's really that critical. We've also got cell phone protection. We don't block anything. We actually use nature, plants and minerals to transmute the harmful information, EMF, of even 5G to a beneficial EMF. So it's all about taking care of your own body. It's really that simple. We got pendants that are frequencies added for emotional healing, clearing emotional cell memory trauma out of the body. We have frequency basic pendants with parasympathetic frequencies. Put one of them on a child that's been labeled ADD, ADHD, autistic, and they'll calm down just in hours and days. So it's pretty awesome. So when you're using all of our products, again, you're upregulating gene expression to build a healthier protein, stimulating stem cell production, and lengthening telomeres. And we have we have actually 5 discounted retail packages where I can help you save 54 to 66% in getting started with us. Just give me a call at 469-766-5511, and that'll get me. Again, Joe Blanton here, the Red Laser Water Guy, here to help you, help yourself, help your body heal itself naturally. And nobody else can vibrate for you. It's up to you to make that decision. And then a lot of us can help you do that. So take care, have fun, and bye for now.